Hey everyone, welcome to Econ 3020. My name is Ian Fletcher. I am going to be your instructor for this summer course. Hopefully the summer course goes okay. Um, it is pretty expedited, so I'm gonna have you guys just kind of bear with me. At the time of recording this, I still don't have access to the Pearson assignments yet, so I'm hoping to resolve that here soon. That's part of the reason why this has been kind of delayed, is that I don't really have anything to kind of let you guys start, but I figured we could just start learning the material. I got access to the book yesterday, so figured we would start this as soon as possible. There's, I guess, just a little bit about me that we should probably go through. I am a fourth year PhD student here at the University of Wyoming. I study economics. I do a lot of behavioral economics. So if you want to talk about why people do the things they do, let's come take a chat. And I'm more than happy to sit down and talk to whatever. This is my second course that I've ever taught. This is the first time teaching an economics course, so please bear with me. I'm planning on trying to have as much information out there for you guys to succeed as possible. And so really, if you guys need anything throughout the rest of these 3 weeks, please just let me know. I'm more than happy to meet with you guys on Zoom. If you guys are in Laramie and I'm in Laramie, we can meet in Laramie, all that good stuff. Everything will be done asynchronous, so you don't have to be in Laramie and you can work at whatever pace you want. The way that this course is going to work is going to be a little weird. So I'm going to share the screen to the desktop. Um, so what we have here is this is just kind of here. Let's view this as the student so that you guys can see everything. Um, Here's what we're going to be doing, right? So we're going to be talking a lot about principles of microeconomics, and we're going to be talking kind of in this course here. Let me put my We're going to talk about, yeah, kind of relative to principles of microeconomics. We're going to take a little bit more of an advanced look at it. We're going to have theory of demand, production, supply, cost, theory of the firm. This is all just fancy ways of saying that we're going to be looking at people and companies and how they interact with each other. We're going to be talking a lot about how demand curves are shaped and how supply curves are shaped. And what we get is a cool new tool when we start using calculus for all of these analyses that we are going to do. And so we're going to give a little bit more attention to the theory, right? So we're going to be doing a little bit of math. We're going to be doing some implicit functions. So hopefully you guys are going to be feeling pretty comfortable. I'm going to try to take it as slow as possible. But again, if you watch through a video and you guys are like, man, I have no idea, I would highly recommend checking out the textbook. They will probably support the theory a little bit more than I will, given the brevity that this course kind of necessitates. But I think everybody will be fine. I'm pretty confident that everybody will be fine. If we can take a derivative, we'll be good. And so a couple prereqs, just make sure that you've done the first two econ courses. I'm not going to read doing much of a review. The first chapter is kind of a review. We're going to be talking just about supply and demand. Highly need you guys to have Calc 1. If you guys can take a derivative, we'll be fine. We're going to be learning about a partial derivative, which we don't cover in Calc 1 here at the university, but I'll teach you guys. It's pretty easy. And then stat 2050 and 2070 is pretty suggested. I don't really know why it's strongly suggested. It'll be fine if you don't have it. It's whatever. But our goal is that we're going to be able to talk a lot about why consumers make the decisions that they do when interacting with other consumers and also when interacting with other firms in a competitive market. And we're going to get to non-competitive markets towards the end of the 3 weeks, but we're going to be doing a little bit more focusing on the competitive markets. So again, I'm Ian. I'll be the instructor. Just finished my third year. Best way to reach me is through email. You can email me. I will absolutely email you within the day. Um, Probably sooner. I'm always working, always a workaholic. I will be in and out of Laramie. I've got a family reunion from the 24th to the 27th. But other than that, I'll be in Laramie. So if you guys want to swing down into my office, that's where this video is recorded. You guys are more than welcome to. We can work through problems on the board. We can do it live. If you want to do it over Zoom, that is also fine. We've got the iPad that we'll see how this works in the next couple of videos. But we'll do whatever. I'm going to set my office hours Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 12. So that's when I will absolutely 100% be available for you. But if I, for some reason, have to cancel while I'm at the family reunion, or if this time doesn't work, let's just talk whenever, really. If you guys need me to set up a time and it is like, hey, I need this done this evening, let's do it. Okay. These 3 weeks I'm going to be dedicating to you so you guys can dedicate it to me, all that kind of stuff. It is a lot to do in 3 weeks, but I think that everybody should be okay. It's going to be about an hour's worth. I guess we'll see when I start to record this of worth of videos. There's going to be 2 assignments per video, and we're going to try to do 3 chapters a week. And so the 3 chapters a week will then culminate in a midterm every week, which is kind of crazy to say, but we should be good. If there's more involved question or this time doesn't work, please just email me. We'll set something up. So again, this class is entirely asynchronous. It's designed to let you work through the material as fast as you want to make sure that people aren't falling behind. So here's what I have. My goal is to cover 3 chapters a week with a brief optional review in the first week, right? So this calculus review that we can do. Then at the end of each week, you're going to have 72 hours, Friday to Sunday, to complete a take-home exam. You guys are going to email me that. I'm going to send it to you guys, and then we'll walk through how to do that. Each chapter is going to be broken up into smaller sub videos. Hopefully those videos are no longer than 15 minutes, but I'm guessing a couple of them may stretch to like 30 minutes. So that you can learn the content broken up throughout the day. That way you don't have to sit and listen to me ramble for about an hour. You can split it up, do whatever, start the homeworks, all that good stuff. I'm going to post these as soon as I complete them. So if you want to start learning, you can. These will be posted as soon as this is done uploading. And then at the end of each chapter, there's going to be 2 tasks. You're going to do an assignment and an assessment. The assignment is kind of like a homework where you're going to have unlimited attempts. You can answer the questions as much as possible. This is my way of giving you guys a chance to earn points in kind of a stress-free environment. Test to see how you guys understood the material, all that good stuff. If you need to understand more, um, then like work through it. You guys will have unlimited attempts, all that good stuff. The assessment, on the other hand, is where you're going to kind of put your knowledge to the test. This is going to be, you're going to have 2 or 3 attempts, haven't decided on the amount, per homework assignment. It's going to be the same homework assignment. So if you miss the question type will be the same. Maybe the numbers will change, but again, that's Pearson. That's on Pearson. I don't have access to the assignments yet. Haven't decided that yet. This very well could change, but this is my plan. Is that this assignment is going to be kind of a stress-free please test, and this is an assessment where you're going to try to put your knowledge to the test. The assessment will be significantly shorter than the assignment, and they will both add up to like a certain amount of points. Here's my deal. I don't really care about your use of AI and other tools to work. This is an online asynchronous class. It's going to be completely unproctored. There is really no way for me to prevent you from cheating. With that being said, I am going to be grading pretty leniently throughout most of this, as long as you guys can make this deal with me. If you guys try your hardest, you try to do everything without AI first, and you use AI as like a tool rather than a crutch, right? So essentially what I'm saying is I want you to try the assignments first. If you're really struggling on a question, try using ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an amazing resource. It's an amazing tool. I use it almost all the time. But the way that I use it is rather than saying like, "Hey, help me do this," I say, "I'm stuck on this. Help me get through this." Um, if you guys do that, then we're gonna be just fine. And please don't use AI on the final, like on the midterms and on the final exam. I'm gonna trust that you guys are gonna do that. I'm going to randomly go through and I'm going to select certain tests that are going to be thrown through an AI checker. If I find that you guys are not holding up on this deal, um, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to be grading less on completion and more on correctness. And so my grading scale is going to become far more strict. That'll be posted in an announcement if that's the case. But please, 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 I don't want to have to do that. I want this to be a pretty easy, like it's already stressful that we're going to have to try to do this in 3 weeks. And so I know the incentive to use AI is going to be there and obvious and kind of looming over everything. But please, 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 like use it as a tool, not as the immediate go-to. Okay. Other things here, let's go through the announcements. I've already posted a little bit of the announcements that you guys can see. So here, let's go through this first one. Not a doctor yet. Please just call me Ian. Don't need to call me Professor Fletcher. Not formal enough, all that kind of stuff. 3 weeks course, so it's going to be a lot. Pearson content's still weird. I'll post an announcement for each chapter when it's week. Please don't hesitate to reach out, all that good stuff. Other things is that there's going to be some extra help in Econ 3020. So over the summer, the UW Tutor Center gives online tutoring. You guys can use this. Please use this. It's a great resource. We can go through the syllabus. I think we've gone through most of the syllabus. Yeah, this is how the assignments are going to be split. So assignments, those practice problems are going to be 20%. Those assessments, those kind of more formal quizzes are also going to be 20%. Midterm one is going to be 15. Midterm two is going to be 15. The final is going to be 30. I think this adds up to 100. You can generally expect me to respond to emails pretty quickly, all that good stuff. Yep. The modules. This is how the course is going to look. This will take you to the syllabus. I think the syllabus is updated. I've been tweaking a couple things. If you guys are confused about any discrepancies, please just email me. More likely than not, I forgot to update it in like however many different areas, all sorts of stuff. Then within each module, there's going to be these pages that are going to outline how the week is set up. So this again is going to be this rigorous theoretical whatever. This is where this video is going to be posted. I'm also going to upload these to the YouTube channel that I have that is just for my experiments. Um, that you will also be able to link if for some reason this embedded video doesn't work. For those who want like a bit of a refresher on some economic concepts, you can go to Econ for Everyone. It's this University of Chicago program that was help made by John List. He's a former UW grad to help kind of make economics accessible for everybody. Just kind of sign up with a free account, and then you should have access to pretty much everything. It's really, really interesting, really, really cool. There's also this guy that's kind of weird that gives like TikTok short concepts for everything, FAQ, researches, all sorts of stuff. So stumble around here, figure out if you need to do anything. There's also this micro syllabus that they go through that should be pretty straightforward on if you do need a refresher on 1020 and 1010 materials. Alternatively, there's also this math calculus review that if you want. So Bryce Christopherson used to be a professor here at the University of Wyoming. He gives a bunch of overviews on how to do kind of derivatives. For some reason, it's like kind of in wild orders and whatever. So stumble around, figure out, give a refresher on calculus if you really need it. Kind of these derivatives one entirely is more so what I'm talking about is these two, part one and part two. But if you need a review on math, take the review on math, all sorts of stuff. So all of these videos, so I guess let's go to a different chapter that we can see. Again, there's going to be this exam. Oh, I guess that's the one thing that we should look at in the syllabus. The exams are going to be a little weird. Canvas does not let me set timing for whatever. So what you're going to do is, let me find where I did this. How to take the exams. You have two options for each exam. I'm going to send you the exam. You can either print it out, write out on the exam, and then scan and upload, or you can read the exam over email, write down your answers on a printer sheet of paper, and if you choose this option, please make sure that you're numbering correctly and write your name on the top of each sheet so that I know that like what answer responds to which. Every time that you start a new page, write the number at the top again if you haven't finished. To submit, you're going to scan all of those pages, combine them into a single PDF, and then upload them to Wild Courses. You will need to upload your exam twice. So, within the quiz environment that'll be called like midterm quizzes, you will need to upload the exact same PDF to the midterm assignment. It will not let me annotate and give you feedback when you're uploaded as quizzes, but I can give you feedback as assignments. But assignments don't have time limits, so I can't limit you to your allotted time for the midterms. So this is my best solution. If something goes wrong after you have already checked out the quiz, um, please email me as soon as possible, right? And especially before your exam window expires. Include pictures of all of your exam pages as like where you've like finished as soon as possible. If you have missed an exam without a university, you will be assigned a grade of 0. We'll be a little lenient with that. But your options are to take the exam as soon as possible or have the final exam count as your missed grade exam. So essentially, you'll take the final, you get an 80, that 80 will count for your zeros. This is going to be the textbook that we're going to be used. Everything will be done through my lab except for the exams. I'm pretty sure that's all that we need. through this. So then let's go back to this modules. This is what it'll look like. So you'll have this practice scanning. This is going to be the quiz. It'll be locked so that you can practice it, whatever. But this is where you'll have the scan and upload. Again, this is limited. So as soon as you open it, this is how I'm going to keep the timing. And then this is your exam upload. And this will be the same thing. But again, this has no points. This is where I'm going to be giving you feedback. You are going to have, what did I say in here? I think you'll have like an hour and a half. Yeah, 75 minutes. So hour and 15 to take the exam. And I'll give you guys like 15 minutes to help stumble through the like technological whatever. Um, this is how, this is what it's going to be. So I'm going to need you guys to finish, in order for you to check out the exam, you will have to finish both assignments for each of the chapters for that week. So you'll have to submit 3 assignments, 3 assessments. Once I see that you have done that, then I will send you the exam when you want it. You'll have 90 minutes, and there's an exam window of 72 hours. So if for some reason you're sick on Friday, you're sick on Thursday, or whatever, Thursday is always going to be a review day. So if you want to take that as your time to be whatever, you can also check out the exam on Thursday if you really want. But you will be able to have the exam from 12 a.m. Friday to 11:59 p.m. Sunday. I would recommend taking Thursday as the review day. I might be kind of strict on that. I haven't decided yet. And you're going to be given 1 attempt once you open the exam and whatnot. But yeah, you have the 72-hour window. So if for some reason you're doing something Friday and Saturday, do it on Sunday. But again, if you have not, like, I'm not going to be awake at 12 a.m. I'm also probably not going to be awake at like 11:30 p.m. So if you guys are planning on taking it at the wee hours of the morning or the wee hours in the evening, send me an email beforehand so that I can schedule send everything to you. Or I can set an alarm to send it to you, whatever. Um, we'll make it work. Just keep constant communication. We'll be fine. All that good stuff. And then this is going to be the other thing. So you will have these learning guides as well. And this is going to give you kind of an overview about what the content in the chapter will be. I would highly, highly, highly recommend looking at the textbook. The textbook is going to be far more detailed than I'm going to be because I'm going to try to make these short and quick for you. And then here's going to be a list of things that you'll need to do for this week. So, supply and demand, read the chapter, watch the videos, complete your exam uploads for extra credit, do the assessment, do the assignment, and then these are where the videos are going to be. And again, there will be a link to the YouTube page as well. I think I cut floors and ceiling from this chapter. So there might be a couple of things that I skip over if I decide that it's not entirely pertinent to you guys and all sorts of good stuff like that. So the other thing that you will see within each of these modules is there will be the note document. So I'm going to upload a note document from Professor David Finoff. He taught this way back in 2008, but economics hasn't really changed. So if for some reason my lecturing isn't working, it isn't doing it for you, the textbook isn't doing it for you, and you guys are still confused and you haven't looked at any of the other resources, there's also going to be a PDF of some microeconomic 30/20 notes from him that you guys can go through and look at. Then I'm also going to upload the slides, and these are going to be the slides that we will reference throughout everything. Um, and actually, this is wrong because I'm just going to annotate the slides instead of doing like 2 things. So it'll just be one document. So essentially, there's going to be this learning guide, and then I'm also going to link the assignments and the assessments here as well, so that you'll be able to click them and you'll be able to add them, just see everything under this module, right? Other than that, I think that's about everything for this exam. I mean, for this introduction video. I'm going to record the calculus video that will be posted here. But other than that, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I will see you guys in the next video.